Earthling, I'm Trice, and in this video, you'll learn how to think to attract more money. I did this and I went from making $1,328 a month to over $1,000 a day. If I can do it, you can do it too. Let's get started. The first line of thinking to attract more money into your life is that money comes to me easily. I used to think quite the opposite. I grew up in Montana and we didn't have very much money. And I saw my parents working very, very hard. So that's how I thought you get ahead. You work very, very hard for your money. And when I came to New York City and I saw the Manhattan skyline, I was like, oh my gosh, this city costs to breathe. It costs money to breathe here. I'm gonna have to work really hard. And my first job I got was as a fashion designer, and I made $1,328 a month, working 9 to 10 hours a day. And you know what happened? I got fired. I got fired because they said, we now want the entire staff to do a little light cleaning in the bathroom. I felt like I was working as hard as I could, and this idea of now cleaning the bathroom for $1,328 just broke the camel's back. And I said, I won't use the bathroom. But they fired me anyway for not being a team player. And I remember walking out, going over to Bryant Park and just sitting down, staring at the grass, thinking, I have to think a different way. Look at all this money around me. I can't work any harder, and it's not working out for me. So I adopted the mantra, money comes to me easily and freely. So then I didn't have enough money to pay my rent in 2 weeks. So I knew I couldn't be unemployed for long. So the next day I went out to get a bartending job, just something so that I could make the money to pay the rent. And that turned out to be one of the best teaching jobs that I've ever had. Shifted my thinking to think in terms of, instead of about how much money can I earn, how much value can I give? If I can give more value, the money will come back to me more. You see, when people come to the bar, I noticed the drink was the smallest reason. They wanted to escape, they wanted to relax, they wanted to meet other friends, they wanted to socialize, they wanted to watch sports. All these other things were why that they were coming. The drink was only like the price of admission. And so I started being like, hey, Tom, do you know Bill? And introducing the clients together and making sure that the guests had a great time. And this made my tips skyrocket because I was getting paid because they were having a wonderful time, not because I was serving them drinks. And you can do this in your life. The trick is you have to know your audience, meaning what's valuable to you might not be valuable to me. Value is very subjective. I need diapers, but if you don't have a baby, diapers are not valuable to you. So look at your audience, look at your boss, look at your clients, and ask yourself, what is valuable to them? And it's usually something that originates in the heart. The third way to think to attract more money into your life is to totally just smash that living heck out of that like button. Just joking, but if you'd please do that, I'd appreciate it. The third way to attract more money is to believe that you are worthy. And this is totally different than confidence. I did not realize I did not feel worthy of charging more. I actually felt guilty and like I was cheating people and stealing from people, even though they had increased their net worth by $20, $30, $100,000, that people were becoming millionaires left and right. But I still felt like I couldn't raise my rates because I would be being greedy, or let me just prove myself to make sure that, those first 5 or 6 years weren't a fluke. How this shifted is actually a client said to me, you're charging too little for your services. I totally was so embarrassed. I felt like I was called out. I had heard it repeatedly several times. But here I am teaching people about financial planning and financial abundance, and it is so obvious that people could see that I wasn't holding my own value and worth. Now, for me to change it, I had to understand how it happened. It is something that I learned growing up. My parents were wonderful, great people, but I realized that they also were under earners themselves. My mom would go into work on the weekends and not record her time because she felt like she should be able to get this done in less time. Or my dad, who designed drills, would think of the design in his head, and that would take massive amounts of hours, and he'd do that work for free because he felt like he wasn't really working on building the drill. And I realized I had adopted the same mindset. I kept raising the bar that I have to prove that I am worth this higher rate. So if you've noticed that you've been under earning in different parts of your life, I recommend staircase approach. For me, I started and I just raised my rates by $50. It was so uncomfortable and terrible, and I thought people were gonna hate me. And when the world didn't fall down, I was like, whew, I'm glad that action step's over. It's just a new way of training yourself to think. And the fourth way to think about money to attract more into your life is to bless the rich. I know this might have a little backlash, but if you think money is the root of all evil, that rich people are evil, or it's bad, or it's dirty, do you think money is going to flow to you? Think of something that you think is bad and evil. Are you going to have that experience flow into your life? No, you're going to push it away and stay out, get away. I don't want to be around you. And that's exactly the same with money. And we need to find a mirror or something we can reflect. That is the fastest way we can get our dreams, by seeing somebody that's done it before and mirroring them. So you're a human, my darling earthling, and if you want more money to flow to you, you need to find another earthling that you admire that is in a similar spot that you want to be. For example, Oprah. Most people can admire Oprah for the amazing feats and generosity that she's given back to the world. So you have to bless that which you want. And the fifth way to think to attract more money is think, this is from Abraham Hicks, everything is always working out for me. If you believe everything always works out for you, and all of a sudden you're going around driving to your dream life and bam, hit a roadblock, and you have that deep faith that everything always works out for you, what do you think that roadblock, how are you going to interpret that? You're just going to say, oh, that's a little problem that I have to solve. Oh, this is teaching me a new life skill. Oh, I'm going to need this skill down the road to my dream life. Instead of like, gotta turn the car around, bye-bye dream life, can't go over there. Because everything always works out for you. You'll know it's just a building block to get you to where you want to go. Like if you're playing a video game, this is a skill you need to learn to get to the next level. That's how you'll start thinking of things. And you can look at this very pragmatically and look at a unified mind that never doubts the possibility of something turning out. Like, I know my YouTube channel will make me $1 million a year because I have found an earthling that I am mirroring, and he can do it, and so I say I can do it too. And then I just study him. Look, each video gets better. Look, he adds value in these ways. And I'm like, if I mirror that and do it, then those results will happen for me. And it is this unified mind rather than the doubting mind, like, will this work? I don't know if this will work. Do you see how much I'm gonna get done if I start thinking like that? I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna do these little circles in my parking lot. Until next time, my earthling friend, ciao!